a couple of times within the last few years a clásico, man. That's crazy. In my opinion, it's a good game. Yeah, they face each other a lot, but it's just let's leave it there. So it's crazy that they're they're calling clásico.
So you don't like them calling it El Clásico at all? Like, there's only one Clásico in your opinion? That's it? That's it?
Yeah, listen. I mean,
Okay.
I can see the rivalries
Uh,
between Tigres and Monterrey. That's because that's a derby. Chivas Atlas, that's a derby. But you know, we can't be calling every other game a clásico. That's just they're just good games. That's it. You know.
Yeah, I see what you mean. I see what you mean. It's kind of ridiculous when we start calling out all these other games. I mean, this I totally agree 100% with, but El Clásico Tapatío, El Clásico Regio,
Yeah.
el,
Yeah.
maybe El Clásico Joven, but
There's only one clásico nacional.
I know
You know.
these guys trying to come up with Tigres and América Vina Clásico.
No,
That's ridiculous. That's ridiculous. All right. So anyway, so who do you got? Did you say who you had? And I just didn't hear you.
I'm going with Tigres, man.
Okay.
Tigres all the way. Guiñac is gonna
Why don't you pound
shut
Why don't
down.
you pound your chest a little bit? Of course.
I'm just saying. Yeah, Guiñac is gonna just take
All right.
take all the show. I don't
So
know. I
all right.
think
So
America,
no.
America was just not. They didn't do good on the throughout the season. Like they were tying a lot. That's another thing why I'm saying that like is it very competitive or is it very mediocre? Because I think they had like how many ties did they have? I think they a lot, man. It's just crazy the way that they were like up there.
Mm,
7 ties.
yeah. Well, but they got some victories.
Yeah,
How many did they get?
they got eight win,
So 8, 7, and how many defeats?
3.
Okay.
So
So I think that's just smack talking.
nah. And listen, another thing is that the 6th place
Yeah.
has never been champion.
Oh, is that
Ever.
right?
Ever.
Wow.
So,
That's what I call
yeah. So they fell in that spot.
wow. That's what I call next level, man.
Yeah. So the 6th. Now, if they take it, that's gonna be they're gonna make history just for that reason only. But all right, I don't see America winning the title though.
Yeah, neither do I. I mean,
so-
as impartial and as neutral and as journalistic like that I like to be, I don't think that America has what it takes to win the title. There's too many internal problems. I think Piojo's not gonna be able to lead his team to another Liga MX title. All right.
Not on this one, anyways.
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah. We're obviously talking just
And-
about this one. In the
yeah.
future, anything can
Yeah.
happen.
Yeah.
All right, super. So, So it's gonna be a good Liguilla, though. I mean, I think that at the end of the day, just like we typically get always pretty good Liguillas, it's rare when they're boring. The one thing that I still don't like is the tiebreaker stuff. If they're tied 0-0 and and even if they have the same amount of goals that the better seeded team goes on. I hate that rule.
Well, not now is
What?
the goals it counts. So if they're only if they tie 0-0,
Right.
the higher team.
But if
let's say they're tied,
if they tied 1-1 in both games,
but let's say
if they tied 2-2 in both games, that's what I mean.
well, yeah,
If that
only if it's an even.
yeah,
Because
Yeah,
if
it's-
you're 1-1 and then 2-2, like as a visitor, the
visiting
visitor
team, the visitor
takes
ends up
advances. Then how fair is that for the team that had a better
right.
ranking?
Yeah.
So
But,
it's
oh,
crazy. You can
yeah.
look at it either way,
All right. So it's gonna be fun either way. And super, I think that let's talk about the regular season, and I know you're dying to talk about the year that was or the season that was for Chivas. So I'm gonna let you just have the podium and go ahead, man,
Well,
from your heart.
it was yes, right here. No, well, it was difficult. It was a crazy season. I think at the beginning, all this movement in the La Directiva affected affected the way that the team played. It was Amauri taking over the team and finally getting rid of Higuera, and this was his first tournament. And I think that they closed the way they closed, man. It was incredible because they were 2 points short. That game at home against Tijuana, that's what did it. They lost that game. They lost that game 1-0, and if they only won that game, they would have been in Liguilla. Only 2 points short. You know,
Yeah,
so I
only
I
two.
think yeah, and I mean Tomas Boy, that was a big mistake that they did. Because at the beginning, maybe they should have gotten rid of him sooner. Because I think if you would have given Tena a couple more games, I think they would have been in Liguilla. You know, but
So you
this
think the mistake was that they didn't get rid of Tomas Boy
no
sooner?
no they I think it was just there was a lot of like I said, a lot of transition, a lot of movement within the directiva, and they should have brought more players. They didn't.
Yeah.
That was always the issue with Chivas.
Do you
But
like Luis Fernando Tena? Would you like him to stay?
oh no, he's staying already. Today they
No, I'm
announced.
asking you if you would like him to stay.
Oh well, yeah.
Like if it was up to
No,
you.
give him an opportunity. I mean, he did in these 8 games that he had. He did good. He did a decent job. The way that he got the team together and made them like close like that, and gave all these players opportunities like trophies. We thought it was a lost cause already. We I, I thought that he was gonna leave the team, and because he had so many opportunities in the past, and but no, Luis Fernando Tena, he talked to him and he changed.
He
He gave him
embraced
more
him a
more
little
more
bit.
playing time. Yeah, yeah. So there's a way that and I've seen like the way like he did it in Los Olímpicos. The way he would get his team together and talk to them, give them confidence, and I saw Tomas Boy more like of a yelling at them and
Like a
just telling them,
dictator.
yeah, dictator kind
I
of thing.
do. You guys do whatever I say. You
And
guys,
yeah,
I want.
and this guy is the completely opposite. He tells them, you can do this. It reminds me a little bit of Almeida, the way he handles the team. You know,
That's
because
interesting.
Almeida was the same way. He would like put
But
the
Almeida
players
can
first.
also be very, you know,
No, no,
he
but
gets fired up too.
no, but with his players, dude, it was. I haven't seen the movie, but I seen a lot of videos of the way he would handle his team, and you don't remember every time they won a championship,
Yeah.
they would all gather in the center of the field, and they would like you know do like a prayer, thank God, and you know something that you don't really see, that you can see how they're all united. They're a team, and and the same way this guy is he that gives a player a little more like confidence when you try to put a team together instead of just like you know I don't know. It's but I think like I said, it was a first Amaury's first tournament, because with full control of the team,
Right. Right.
and I think that uh now that his dad is gone and now he's in charge, and he did the right thing by bringing Pelaez. Finally they announced it officially today, and they announced that Tena is staying with the team for next season, and all the movements that the rumors and some of them they say they're already like
Official.
official.
Yeah.
Um, I think this guy is gonna do great.
Yeah.
So
I go back to the classic saying that if Chivas is doing good, it's a good thing for Mexican soccer.
it is.
And
It
Chivas
is.
needs to do good. They need to be in the Liguilla. They need to consistently be challenging for the title because, like it or not, I know there's a lot of people out there that don't like Chivas and they hate them. And some people like you are a little bit on the extreme side and exaggerate. But if we're in the middle and we think, objectively, right, then I think that anyone can see that Chivas is really the only team that gives a lot of their Mexican youngsters the opportunity, because even like a team like, for example, like Atlas or Pumas who have like good canteras, right? I don't think they're in the same. Well, first of all, it's more like a business to them, right? They're like, it's a good player out, good player, let's sell him. And
Well,
Chivas obviously like, yeah, they'll sell their team, their players too, but it's they continue to obviously play and bring back some of their own Mexican players or other Mexican players into Chivas. So they're like kind of like the last stronghold of Mexican soccer.
yeah, yeah, and
I don't know if I made sense, but that's kind of what
no, well,
what I
they
feel.
kind of like fell into the same thing for a while there. That they would have like what happened with Macias, you know. Uh, it's crazy how you let a player like that go, and that's part of the bad decisions that Higuera would take, you know. I know they had troubles with money, but if you can have someone with the brain there that to work a deal with these guys and kept them on. Obviously, if the team is doing good, the sponsors are gonna come. The money is gonna come. But if you have a team that is just doing, shitty, man, it then what do you think your sponsors are gonna do? They kind of turn elsewhere,
Yeah, that's
And
fair.
then if you're in a bad spot, you wanna bring more sponsors, not push them away. So keep players like you gotta think smart. You gotta keep players like Macias. Look what he did with Leon. You know, and that's what I'm saying. Now I think it was the right decision to get rid of Viguera. Amauri finally take care of the team, bring someone like Pelaez that he's done a great job on every team that he's gone to do um, to lead. And some of this, I think what he said today, I like what he said today. In Chivas, we're up to last week. That's when we talked about el descenso. We're not talking about descenso anymore. That word is not allowed in this team from now on. We gotta talk about liguillas and protagonismo because it's true. Chivas, I know they had issues with that, but if you bring players, if you make a good team, you don't really have to think about that because if you're doing good and you're on top,
Yeah,
obviously you
nothing
gotta
else
get away
matters.
from that. So it's like talking about it and saying and putting pressure on the players, and that's not good.
Speaking of players, Super, I want to talk about Pulido. So
Yeah.
obviously, Alan Pulido, one of the key players for Chivas. He had his ups and downs this season, but ultimately ended up being the líder de goleo in Liga MX this season for the first time since what year? 2000 what?
2011.
2011, right? So like
Angel
9 years,
Reina. Yeah,
eight
Angel
eight
Reina.
years, yeah. That we have a Chivas player when
Well, a Mexican player. A Mexican.
even so a Mexican player, right?
Yes, because
So okay, so my point is that it's always a good feeling when you see Mexican players in Liga MX, as funny as it sounds, win the scoring title because
yeah,
that never happens.
because in Liga MX, what do you think they go and buy
I know.
and to other countries.
No, I know. Goleadores.
Goleadores.
Yeah, people. Yeah, but again, that goes back to the same system of all these clubs who end up going out to purchase these strikers. But because in Mexico they don't spend a lot of time developing strikers, and that's usually a big problem for Mexico, right? There's a lot of players out there that can play the really good, attacking midfielders and defensive midfielders and goalies. I mean, Mexico has an abundance of porteros. Defenders, ni se diga. So, there's all kinds of stuff, all kinds of players in Mexico, except once you get, to the top two, right? Your natural strikers are really rare. And the ones that we have, when they have some little success, like Chicharito, for example, they lack consistency and they lack clarity. And that's where it becomes like a little issue. So, and even Pulido, I'm happy that he won, but is he consistent? No, he's not consistent. Does he show clarity? No, he doesn't. We saw a couple of bonehead moves with his penalty kicks, right? Yeah. Those are the little things that continue to bother me about him. Again, I'm happy that he won, but he needs to make sure that those little bonehead moments go away so that way we can consider him as one of the next in line to be part of the national team. Because if not, then I think he's just going to be one of those other cats that, he's just like a poacher. He gets lucky once in a while, and that's that.
Yeah, well, he put himself that goal. I remember that day that he said, "Oh, this tournament, this year's tournament, is my goal to be the lead scorer in the league." He said it at the beginning of the season.
Yeah.
And even himself, said, "Listen, everybody laughed at me. Oh, you're crazy. You want to be campeón de goleo when, the past 4 or 5 tournaments, you only got like 3 to 4 goals, So, I remember, like I said, I remember when he said it, that was one of his goals, to become the champion de goleo. So he worked hard for it, and so many people said, "Oh yeah, only penales." He scored four goals in penalty kicks, and the rest were, 8 goals with la zurda, la derecha, even de cabeza. Remember when I think it was Cardoso. I think it was Cardoso that said it. If he knew how to do a header, he would be playing in Manchester City or something like that. He said.
Yeah. Definitely did say that, because that was one of the things that Cardoso clearly said, and you're absolutely right.
Yes.
Yeah, estuvieran en Europa, estuvieran en el Manchester United or whatever, man. One of those Manchesters.
City, something like that.
Yeah.
But no, I definitely think that he has the talent, and he can definitely do a lot more goals. But he just has to put his head in it, like you said, focus, and not just because maybe he has one more year of contract. So I don't know if he was doing that. He put a little extra because he wanted to renew his contract or be in the spotlight so another teams can look at him. Yeah. Because that seems like that way, because now, when he was doing an interview, he said that he doesn't know if he's gonna stay in Chivas. Then he's gonna listen to all these other options that he has, and then also he said that he wants to play for Chivas, but he's open to other options. You know.
All right. Why don't we listen to a little soundbite from Pulido from this weekend? Obviously, he ended up winning the title, and he talked about it. So let's go ahead and take a listen.
All right.
Aquí en el club y obviamente más también por el equipo, ¿no? Porque todos sabemos lo que representa Chivas y cuántos jugadores no han pasado por esa institución, y jugadores de jerarquía, jugadores con un gran nombre, y de repente por ahí se complica mucho, ¿no? el sobresalir. La realidad es que yo me siento bendecido, no dudé nunca en tomar ese número, en echarme esa responsabilidad. Soy un hombre que se caracteriza por ese tipo de retos, por ese tipo de mentalidad, de siempre querer más, y bueno, los sueños obviamente se cumplen, ¿no? Siempre que llegué acá me propuse salir campeón, gracias a Dios se logró 3 campeonatos y ahorita estoy de cumplir un sueño más, a punto de cumplir un sueño más, ¿no? Que es el campeonato de goleo. Ojalá y se pueda dar, pero bueno, vamos a esperar mañana a ver.
All right. Well, that was Pulido. I think that was like from a few days ago, actually. A few days
No,
before
that was after the game. But they still had Gignac had to play still. And
Oh,
he had,
okay.
I think 9 goals.
Oh, right.
And,
Yeah, because he went. You're absolutely right.
Yeah, so
He was wearing that same little outfit, right? His hair just looks so different.
well, yeah, I don't know. His style is not my cup of tea, but hey, as long as he keeps doing goals, though, I don't care. You know,
Regardless, right? It's like sigue notando, and we don't give a damn how you
yeah,
look, dude.
that video.
Wear whatever the hell you want.
You know, remember that the rap?
Yeah, wear your little Daisy Dukes or whatever you want.
Yeah, but anyways, you know, I think hey, they say that I've been seeing that on all over social media that Almeida wants him in Earthquakes, and it's a rumor, but they say that San Jose is ready to put 10 million
Really?
down for him. So
Wow.
we'll see if I don't think Pelaez is gonna let him
10
go, though.
million.
Yeah. Well, we gotta remember Chivas got him for 17. So
That's
you
true.
know. But we'll see. I don't know. I think he wants to stay with the team. It seems like way, anyways. But anything could happen. You know, anything.
Absolutely. Super. I think the next thing that we should talk about is the Quinela.
La Quiniela.
What do you think now that I jumped way, way, way ahead early in the game to talk about the Quinela?
I know you were ready to start talking about it, and I'm like, whoa.
But
All right.
no, we should unless there's something else in Liga MX that you want to touch on before we do that, or we can always circle back.
No, that's
What do you
good. I
think?
think you know.
Quinela, and then
Let's
more
do
Liga MX if we have
Quiniela.
time. All right. So we're gonna go ahead and talk about the ETO Quinela, and what we're gonna do is actually we're gonna call the winner, and Super's gonna interview the winner and basically find out where this person's potentially gonna take
Yes.
or what game, right? Like
And-
that's
and
kind of what we
see-
want to know.
And see if they're gonna take me with them or. All right.
What did you have fun in your Quinela? Give me a little summary of your Quinela.
Well, I was, you know, up there at the beginning, and then I just went downhill, man. I don't know. It's crazy, you know. The games and some of the teams they disappoint me. You know, I thought they really they were gonna win or something like Veracruz. You know, the time that I put that Veracruz was gonna do good. I mean, the time that I thought that they were just gonna lose, they either tied or won. It's like what the hell, man?
I think you were like you and a bunch of other people ended up doing that.
Yeah, and Chivas, you know, like I said, it was a roller coaster. You know, it I had fun though, you know. Every weekend it was tough. I mean, we had a lot of ties during the season. We had a lot of two-way ties, three-way ties. So it was. I'm assuming that everybody had fun, you know, because it was competitive. So
It was indeed. I think you can say that. But you know what time it is.
uh oh. Tell me, man. Is it Wednesday? Oh no, it's not Wednesday. I was gonna say hump day, but it's not Wednesday. El Mago. Oh,
There it is.
El Mago.
Time for El Mago. El Mago, because first of all, I want to congratulate M. Garcia 09 because actually she should be wearing this hat.
Right?
M. Garcia 09 did something that for the first time, it's the inaugural winner, right? So we have to
Yes.
congratulate.
The drum roll.
Right. So first of all, it's not the drum, it's this one.
There you go.
Yeah, the cheer. Right. Ended up winning with astounding. It looks like 480.
I think it was like 70, 50 points difference.
Yeah, 482 to 435 over the second place
Oh yeah, like
person.
50 points. Wow, that's
crazy.
That's impressive.
But you know what I call that? I call that consistency.
That's right.
Because I think there's a lot of people that ended up like coming into the Quinela and they thought like, they were just gonna waltz in.
I'm guilty of that. I missed a couple weeks, and it's just the schedule. My schedule. I'm so busy. I had to do
blame it on the schedule.
I had to do a bunch of interviews and and I don't know, man. Life happens.
Blame it on the schedule. Blame it on whatever you want. But the point is that you are not consistent, Super. What about your buddies and your friends? Were they consistent? What do you think?
Oh yeah. We're up there. So I think a few of them were up there within the last. I think the top 10 spots. So I was up there. So
All right.
with some of the weeks. Ago Seg, hey, she was the second place. Hey,
I know.
I just want to say
Thank
you for participating, and she did a great job.
Absolutely.
So
yeah, congratulations
you
to
were
her
close.
too. And
You were close.
she did win a couple of the Quinelas, didn't she?
I think I think she tied, man.
So she didn't win a single one.
I don't
That's hard to
think she
believe.
Did.
That's really hard to believe.
Did.
Wow. I mean,
yeah.
and she ended up coming in second place and she didn't win a single Quinela.
No.
Wow.
But because she had a couple of times that she tied, and then with the
Wow.
tiebreaker, and
Holy smokes.
Agos, just
Thank you for tuning in and participating.
Keep participating.
Yeah. Hey, by the way, let's go ahead and bring in M. Garcia 09.
Oh.
So Super, let's see if you can hear her say hello to her.
Hello.
Hello.
Oh, congratulations. You did it. You were up there for so many weeks and it paid off. You're the champion. Hey, come on, man, to celebrate. There you go.
Thank you.
All right. Well,
Thanks.
first of all,
Pregúntale que dónde te va a llevar.
¿y a dónde vamos? ¿A dónde
De
me va a llevar?
verdad, ¿dónde vamos? Todavía apenas estoy asimilando el triunfo, pero es que esta semana perdí la quinela, si ustedes vieron, nomás adiviné 8 puntos con las Chivas y los demás fueron 5 y la perdí, pero
ganó la mayor.
Gané la mayor, así es, y pues
la que
más
importa.
que nada felicitarlos, están haciendo muy buen trabajo. Ojalá y tengamos más suscriptores o como se diga.
Sí, mucho más. Invita a sus amigos y
sí,
pero,
mis amigas están contentas, pero no saben entrar a la quinela.
Hay que darle unas clasecitas.
Sí, exactamente, pero muchas gracias por el premio y pues a ver a dónde nos vamos a ir.
Pues usted dígame, ¿cuál es ahorita lo que está pensando? ¿Qué partido de la selección o de algún equipo? ¿O a dónde le gustaría ir?
Yo pienso que va a ser un partido de la MLS para California.
Oh, pues qué bien.
No quiere nada.
¿A qué equipo? ¿El LAFC?
Donde está Vela para ir a verlo.
Oh, también, ¿le incluiste una cita con Vela o algo ahí? ¿No? Did we get any of that?
No, but we can probably tell Max Bretos to try to set something up, right? With Carlos Vela.
Yeah, se ganó una cena con Vela.
No le digas
Vela, me va a llevar una vela de olores.
Es lo que iba a decir. Le va a dar una vela, pero...
Okay.
Pues muchas felicidades.
Muchas gracias, de verdad que están haciendo un estupendo trabajo. Los estoy tratando de seguir, pero ustedes empiezan tarde y a esa hora yo estoy trabajando. Pero yo estoy echándoles porras para que sigan y que sigan con esto y pues que les siga yendo bien.
Gracias, muchas gracias. Y pues
So-
felicidades a usted.
Mhm.
Felicidades por un estupendo torneo. Y se lo merece, ¿eh? Porque como dijo Joe, es la consistencia siempre sale premiada. Así que usted cada
Sí,
semana estuvo ahí
Yep.
y pues ahí está el resultado.
sí, muchas gracias. Y yo los invito a todos a que sigan participando, sigan haciendo estos proyectos para los viejitos que nos entretenemos, para los jovencitos que tienen muchas aptitudes en la computadora. Era difícil para mí, pero échale ganas como yo y pues ojalá que haya más triunfadores. Y
No.
muchas gracias de verdad.
No, thank you. Y luego la otra cosa también que tenemos que recordarles que también tiene mucho que ver con la suerte.
Yeah,
Al final de cuentas, la suerte tiene
it
mucho que ver
goes
porque
hand on hand.
eh,
Consistency.
la consistencia, la suerte, like those things are the ones that ultimately like ended up like taking her to the top. Now, the one thing that I just want to remind everybody is that just because we need to do it, right? We can't step away from our traditions. Vamos a hacer una quinela de la postemporada,
Oh, we are.
de la
Okay.
liguilla.
All right. Well, we
Sí,
gotta
esa
do
va a
it.
estar buena. Sí,
When is
porque yo quiero enseñarles a mis compañeras en el trabajo cómo entrar para que entren por lo menos a esa. Y yo les dije a ellas, no necesitas necesariamente ser un experto analista en fútbol. Solamente tienes que, tú pon tu número, tu corazón, cuál equipo va a ganar, y ahí te vas, y te vas, y te vas, y te vas, y miren el resultado.
y es lo que vamos a hacer. Vamos a poner la liguilla, una quinela para la liguilla. So we're going to do that. So that way, for those of you who have been part of the quinela, didn't get a chance to win, but want to participate and potentially win. Last year, we ended up giving away a GoPro, remember?
Yes.
So a GoPro for the quinela, for the Liguilla edition.
Yeah. So
Yeah, así es
There you
que
go.
toda la gente que está allá, todas sus amigas, amigos, que le sigan echando ganas y que nos visiten.
Sí, gracias. Y pues también decirles, muchachos, no sean malitos, o sea, hagan un trabajito como español e inglés, porque también acuérdense que habemos mucha gente que nos gusta el fútbol y no, a veces como escuchamos puro inglés, pensamos que todo su programa va a ser puro inglés y pues como que se salen del programa.
Te están
Ah.
diciendo,
Salen los Spanglish.
te están diciendo Pocho Rabo Prieto.
Ya, es que se me olvida el español.
No,
Sí.
acuérdense que
No,
aquí hablamos
sobre todo
inglés.
para la gente que no hablamos buen inglés, ¿verdad?
Oh, pues ya vamos a hablar aquí con el mago a ver si hacemos algo, se saca algo de sombrero.
Okay.
Bueno, pues,
Pues
gracias.
muchas gracias y bendiciones, que pasen buenas noches.
Gracias a usted igualmente.
Okay.
Okay, bye bye.
All right, there you have it. So congratulations again
There you go, man.
to M. Garcia 09. Super, what do you think of that little announcement of the ETO Quinela
Hey,
Liguilla edition?
te la sacaste del sombrero. You pulled that one out of the hat, man.
I told you that.
Yeah. But
El mago.
But that's gonna have to be a job for you because
Yeah.
it starts tomorrow.
Oh, I know. It's going to be ready. Don't worry.
All right.
It's
so
gonna be
tonight,
ready.
Everyone, tonight,
Yeah.
just go to the website, eltrionline.com and
Regístrense.
regístrense, yeah, because
Yeah. La raza lo pidió en español y en inglés.
okay, listo.
So we got to
Sí,
make sure
también.
que vamos a andar bien, bien bilingües. Ahora sí, más
Alright.
que nada, ¿no? More bilingual than just one language.
Yes, pues tiene razón. Saludos para toda la banda del Real Azteca. There you go. They
Saludos
want to
para
hear
todos.
more Spanish too, so hey, she's right. Maybe
No,
we
yeah,
should do
yeah,
a
absolutely.
couple of podcasts. And
I think there's see, the thing is that there's a very much lack of coverage in English for Liga MX.
yes,
There's a lot of Spanish content out there. So hence El Trio Online was born on the idea that there's a lot of there's a lot of people out there that don't know how to speak Spanish.
that's right.
You know,
That's right.
a
But
lot
that's
of
why we're here.
yeah, exactly.
But we can't forget about our
about the
Spanish.
raza.
Yes,
Yeah.
la
No, you're
raza.
absolutely right.
So yeah, próximamente el Super Mojado en el podcast ahí con
En-
el
en-
trío online.
in 3D. All right, super. So, and then I wanted to congratulate, también felicitar a Arturo Gol. He ended up winning.
for
This week.
yes.
Yeah. So Arturo Gol, please. Well, first of all, thank you for participating as well. Y por favor, go ahead and just reach out to us, send us a message, let us know where you live. And I know, and I want to just say this up front. There's a couple of you guys that have not received your present. It's not because I don't want to send it to you, but because I've been extra busy. But don't worry, you will get your present or your prize, I should say.
Come
it's
on,
not
man.
a
You
present.
gotta take that hat out and pull out the presents. You've been putting those away in there.
I know.
Mándales aunque sea un conejo. Pull the rabbit out of there.
Yeah. So anyway, so you're gonna get your present soon. And again, tomorrow if you're watching live, obviously tomorrow, you're gonna make sure that you end up joining the Quinela for the Liguilla edition, right, Super?
All right, there you go. So you heard it here live.
First.
First live. All right, so well that should be interesting. So
Yeah.
all right, just handing the prize now. I'm gonna win it this time.
It's gonna be a special prize though. It's
All
gotta
right.
be. It's gotta be a
Sounds
special prize
good.
because it's the entire Liguilla. And again, the GoPro was a pretty nice prize, dude.
Definitely.
So I'm pretty sure that whoever won that, Lorenzo something, 55, 552, I don't know what.
425.
Anyway, so I'm sure that person's enjoying the prize.
Yes.
I'm hoping that I hope that I win the prize this time. You know what? It's funny because
you win, the fans, man.
I
Dude,
know,
that's
right?
what you win.
But I tell you this much: I like to, and that's why I've had conversations with people about the prices and allowing the ETO members to participate. And the reason why I want to do that is, one, so they can be involved as well, and two, because I think that's kind of fair. You know what I mean? Like, if there's no cheating or nothing like that involved, like, it's just chance.
Yes.
Why shouldn't they be allowed to play?
And because there's no legal
True, but
right now.
but yeah, I mean, I get that.
Once
but
the
it-
league
But even so, it's really all up to chance, and anybody could win.
Yes.
That's what it boils down to,
Yes.
right?
And look at that. How many ETO members win?
And how many just aren't
That's what I'm
doing?
saying. How many
yeah.
since we started, how many members have won? I don't remember many of us.
No.
I
I think
think-
Leo maybe won it once.
I think Leo, yeah.
I know, and then he didn't win it like when we started doing it through the
I
through the
think-
website.
I think I tied once and I lost in the tiebreaker.
Yeah. Yeah. But anyhow, so again, just make sure that you guys continue to play the ETO Quinela. Again, the Liguilla edition will be coming right up at the start before the Liguilla gets underway, and it's going to go all the way through. So you'll be able to play along with the ETO Quinela. That being said, Super, I had to take a little
All right, take a
Little breather.
breathe, man.
there it is.
We're still in European time. So what time is it there?
I don't even know. All right, tell me, dude. Give me your last words. We're
Well,
wrapping.
let's wrap it up with the predictions. I know we kind of said who's gonna win, but let's. What about the first 4 games? What do you think? León, Monarcas. I think they're playing tomorrow,
Yeah.
and Monterrey. No, Monterrey Santos is Thursday.
So, all right, go ahead.
All right. So well,
First
I'm gonna
game.
Go first. So, I think it's gonna be a tie
Between
between Necaxa and Querétaro
okay, tomorrow.
tomorrow, 2-2. I give them 2-2.
That's a good prediction.
Leon,
I think
I
1-1.
think, Leon, I think they tied when they played in the regular season. So, but I'm thinking Leon is gonna take it 2-1.
Mm-hmm.
And Monterrey Santos, I see Monterrey 2-1. And Tigres America, I think. Well, they're playing in Azteca, so I'm gonna give them a tie, 1-1.
Okay.
So that's my predictions for
Yeah.
this first round.
So I think that Santos is gonna tie 1-1 in Monterrey, and then I see that 1-1 for Querétaro and Necaxa as well. I think Morelia wins 2-1 at home, and and then America and no, I think Tigres is gonna sneak out with a victory, 1-0
In Azteca.
in Azteca,
All right.
just 1-0.
There you go. So, well, it should be interesting.
All right,
And get those $20 ready.
super. Go ahead, final words, buddy.
All right, well, just thank you and prepárense para las Super Chivas. They're coming.
Simple enough. All right, so guys, that does it for us. Again, we're really excited that the Liguilla is right around the corner, literally less than 24 hours away from the moment of this recording. For those of you listening on Spotify, and for those of you listening live, less than 24 hours before the first game gets underway. And again, a big reminder, for those of you that want to play the Eto Quinela, make sure to go to www.el3online.com and click on Eto Quinela. You should be able to see it right there at the very top. And it's going to be Eto Quinela Liguilla. That's all you got to do. Just go in there, click, follow the instructions. If you haven't enrolled, go ahead and register. If you're already part of it, then you should have no problem. You should be able to play already. And, just good luck. It's going to be a pretty good price. I don't know the price yet. I'll announce it probably in a couple of days. But it's going to be a pretty decent price. Last time we gave away a GoPro. This time, I don't know. I mean, it may be better. It could be around the same ballpark, but it'd definitely be a good price. So that's it. Time for the theme music. Here it is.
In style.
On behalf of Super Mojado, there it is. I'm Joe Rodriguez. Follow him at El Super Mojado Oficial and follow me at Worldwide Mexican on Instagram. We're done for today.
Super.
Until next time, adios.